Hello everyone, this is Cody Lee of BlackCatBooks.org, author of I, the Dragon Crew and Beautiful Rabbit Hole, and King Dio. With the recent release of Metroid Dread, I have been over the moon about this game, about what it did to the Metroid saga, and about the Nintendo Switch in general. But one of the things that I think is being overlooked about this game, and something that I keep hearing brought up in like some far corners of the Pretendo community, like from people like Mr. T, people who are desperately trying to find something to dislike about Metroid Dread. Metroid Dread is not really being shit on for its visuals, and that kind of surprises me, because if this game had come out in 2001 for like the Nintendo GameCube, which I think it's actually very possible, I think this game could run on a GameCube, but if this game had come out on a GameCube, looking the way it does, with its cel-shaded graphics and its animations and the designs of the characters and monsters and stuff like that, like, people would not have cared for it at all. Back then, visuals were all about realism. They were about emphasizing, like, beautiful environments and like being as realistic as possible, right? That was kind of what video games were building up to, like trying to make these organic looking natural environments. Dread, in contrast to that, and a lot of other games, including Breath of the Wild, are a bit more stylized, have a lot more like creativity going on, can be like have a bit more like of an abstract visual style, can like experiment with different things. And as a result of that, like, Dread looks great, spectacular, right, even, but it isn't realistic. Like, it isn't like, it doesn't have good graphics in the traditional sense. Like, I heard a lot of people, the aforementioned Mr. T, bring up, like, in this, when this game was first shown off, that, like, yeah, it looks like a 3DS game, but that's the thing. 3DS games did not look bad. They don't look bad at all, in fact. And as a result of that, playing Dread, seeing how well it's received among the vast majority of the community, seeing how much I love the game, how much I've like really enjoyed going back through it again, playing it again for the second time on hard mode, I have no complaints about the visual style at all. In fact, I really, really do enjoy the way the game looks, and I want to see more like it. Probably more. I'll probably say more about that in another video. But the thing to really take away from this, I think, is that we are past the days where people could unfairly write off games based purely on their alleged lack of graphical quality. Right? We saw this with Wind Waker. We saw this with like lots of GameCube games back in the day. We saw this with like lots of Wii games, but here, in the new 20s, I suppose we could call this decade. I'm not sure what the actual name for it is. The new 20s, people are more ready to accept that, yeah, games don't have to be identical. They don't have to look the same. They don't have to play the same way. They don't have to adhere to certain design principles. They can be creative. They can do things differently. And Metroid Dread delivers that in spades.